North Korea fires second ballistic missile over Japan. North Korea has fired a ballistic missile across Japan, creating new tension in the region after its nuclear bomb test less than 2 weeks ago. The missiles reached an altitude of about 770 kilometers, about 478 miles, traveling 3,700 kilometers before landing in the Sea of Hokkaido, South Korea's military says. It flew higher and further than one fight over Japan late last month. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said his country would never tolerate such dangerous, provocative action. South Korea responded within minutes by firing 2 ballistic missiles into the sea in a simulated strike on the north. U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson also condemned the launch, and the UN Security Council will meet later on Friday in New York at the request of the United States and Japan. Why does this new test matter? The launch took place from the Sunan district of the capital Pyongyang just before 7 o'clock local time, South Korea's military says. Sunan is home to Pyongyang International Airport, 24 kilometers north of the city center. As with the last test on 29 August, the missile flew over Japan's northern Hokkaido island before splashing down in the Pacific Ocean. There were no immediate reports of damage to aircraft or ships. Sirens sounded across the region, and text message alerts were sent out, warning people to take cover. Observers say it is likely to have been an intermediate-range ballistic missile, though the Japanese official believes there is still a possibility it was an intercontinental ballistic missile. What is so alarming about the new launch is that the U.S. Pacific Territory of Guam, which North Korea says it has plans to fire missiles towards, is 3,400 kilometers from Pyongyang, putting it within range of the latest missile. Sanctions on the North were tightened this week in response to its sixth nuclear test on September, which reportedly involved a miniaturized hydrogen bomb that could be loaded onto a long-range missile. How will the international community respond? After the latest round of sanctions, it is not clear what other course of action is open to the UN Security Council. Early on Monday, the Security Council voted unanimously to restrict oil imports and ban textile exports, in an attempt to starve the North of fuel and income for its weapons programs. Mr. Tillerson put the burden of response to the latest tests on China and Russia, the North's main economic partners. They must indicate their intolerance for their reckless missile launches by taking direct action of their own, he said. He said that China supplied North Korea with most of its oil, while Russia was the largest employer of North Korean forced labor. What was the reaction from China and Russia? China's foreign ministry spokeswoman Hua Chunying said her country was not the focal point of the conflict. The various directly involved parties should take responsibility, she added, in remarks that appealed aimed at the U.S. and South Korea. Any attempt to wash their hand of the issue is irresponsible. Ms. Hua called for a peaceful solution through formal diplomatic means. Russia's foreign ministry condemned North Korea's illegal test but added, regrettably, aggressive rhetoric is the only thing coming from Washington. Have North Korea's missile tests paid off? How is South Korea responding? In South Korea, President Moon Jae-in held an emergency meeting of his National Security Council, where he said that dialogue with the North was impossible in a situation like this. Officials have been ordered to prepare for possible North Korean chemical, biological, and electromagnetic pulse attacks, a presidential spokesman said. North Korea has said it has bombs capable of sending EMP shock waves, which will disturb power supplies, although the claim has been greeted with some skepticism. The country does have an extensive chemical arsenal and may also have biological weapons. So why is the North acting like this? It insists it needs a nuclear weapons program to ensure its survival, and there has been no let-up in its fiery rhetoric. On Thursday, it threatened to sink Japan and turn America to ashes. A commentary in North Korea state one Jordan CNN newspaper after the missile launch accused the U.S. and South Korea of conducting ceaseless exercise as a provocation. North Korea missiles program. Pyongyang has been developing weapons initially based on the Soviet-developed Scud for decades. Conducted short and medium-range missile tests on many occasions, sometimes to mark domestic events or periods of regional tension. Pace of tests has increased in recent months. Experts say North Korea appears to making significant advances toward building a reliable long-range nuclear-capable weapons. On the 3rd of September, North Korea said it tested a hydrogen bomb that could be miniaturized and loaded on a long-range missile. Pushing the envelope. This test came as a surprise to nobody. North Korea is steadily proceeding down the path to full ICBM capability. To do that, it needs to test first its projectiles. Every other missile-armed nation has done the same. It started earlier this year by firing its new longer-range Hwasong missiles into the Sea of Japan, then flew one over Hokkaido in August. Next, it tested a powerful nuclear device, which it claimed it can put on a missile. Now, it has tested another immediate-range missile at longer range and higher altitude. The next step will almost certainly be a test of the Hwasong 14 ICBM over Japan and far out into the Pacific. The aim of all this is to develop and deploy a reliable missile that can hit the mainland of U.S.